My name is Laura, and I am a superhero. Am I one of those cape-wearing, sword-wielding superheroes? No way. My powers are subtle, as is my disguise. I have the power to read minds. I work as a secretary for the man. You know, the man. That guy everyone in the real world is convinced is cheating them out of some essential human need or other. Clearly, I am no ordinary secretary. With the power to read minds, this mundane job in our nation's capital is a cover. I really work for the BPF, the Bad People Finders, a covert organization of exceptional individuals committed to rooting out the man and disrupting his diabolical schemes, quietly making the world a better place, one douchebag at a time. My current mission? Cows. You know, those cute moo monsters who bring you milk chocolate, ice cream, and that good old bevy that does a body good. The scoop is this. In lab test after lab test on your average grocer's milk, significant numbers of contaminants are being found. Everything from antibiotics to growth hormones, even jet fuel. That's right, jet fuel. When we looked into the massive dairies across the country from whence this milk comes, it was obvious. The contaminants were from the conditions under which the cows were penned, standing in piles of their own feces, being fed contaminated water, and being given mega doses of antibiotics, all the while being milked to the point of milking pus into the liquid stock. Sounds gross? It is. The milk is then pasteurized, heated to the point of killing all bacteria, both good and bad. And thank goodness after what we saw going into the unpasteurized milk. It's sold at low price to the American public? Ah, capitalism. This, however, is not the conspiracy. It would seem that small organic dairy farms who raise healthy cows out in pastures fed on grass, sunshine, and all things good have been trying to legalize the selling of their much healthier, contaminant-free raw milk to locals who want it. The problem? There appears to be someone high up in the government thwarting these efforts through investigations that seem more like witch hunts than something resembling a true interest in the health of the general public. The demand for healthier milk has been kept at a minimum by masking the truth about regular milk and playing upon the fears of the public through a misrepresentation of data on the dangers of raw milk. Now, the owners of the small farms admit that sure, once upon a time in the 20s, when there were no regulations on the conditions under which a farmer could raise cows or ways to test for salmonella, raw milk did pose a problem. But today, such conditions are almost non-existent, except in dairies that pasteurize their milk. They don't have to adhere to strict regulations on their cows. To the general observer, the choice of which milk is better should be obvious. Why then the denial of permits to sell raw milk and the persecution of farmers who try? Let's go over it again. I, the mind-reading superhero, am undercover as a secretary for the man at the FDA, trying to gain insight as to why contaminated milk from bad cows and bad farmers is fed to the American people as safe, while healthy milk from the good cows and good farmers is being smeared and the public as dangerous. The plan is to catch the man and his money-grubbing greed and take down the deal at its source. The blocking of applications by organic raw milk dairies to legalize the sale of their milk to the public. In conclusion, happy cows, healthy milk, happy people. Will I be able to get to the bottom of this diabolical scheme? Will the man's thoughts in my prisons lead me to the source of the corruption, allowing me to manipulate the situation on behalf of what is right and reasonable? Or is he really so brain-dead that there will be nothing to see in that thick skull of his but dollar signs, private jets, and corporate-sponsored vacations? The fate of Bessie lies in my hands, and only time will tell.